to Tune On Doctors. I'm Liz Mealy.
I'm Maria Shahada.
I think I figured it out.
What?
Okay. Who knows how long I've been complaining about my cats waking me up in the middle of the night and early in the morning and just truly losing my mind. Like the amount of friends that are like, how are you? I'm like, I'm not sleeping. I'm going to murder my cats. And it's just weird. I know when you have a baby, you have to keep them alive and they're also ruining your sleep, but that feels like a choice. And I just feel like 2 years into having them, for them to decide to do this is rude. Anyway, tried everything. And then I performed at a cat cafe on Friday. And thoughts?
It's like your entire career has culminated. Like the cat cafe called. Finally.
I was like, thank you so much. How did you hear about me? I did actually perform at the cat cafe. I got my cat's meow parlor a couple of years ago. I was like helping a guy that invented a cat toy put on like an event or whatever, and it was super fun. But my friend Carmen Lagala started one at the Brooklyn Cat Cafe, and I've never been inside. It's awesome. It's huge. It was fun. Cats were great. I mean, the whole front row was empty because cats were sleeping on the chairs. I loved it.
What I wonder is like when cats move, are people distracted? Because it's like whenever there's a pet, you don't mind if I bring my dog, do you? I guess, but
yeah, sure. But now everybody's going to be looking at your dog and not me.
So.
A little bit. Like in the middle of Carmen's set, there was a cat that was kind of like up in the ceiling, and it just jumped down. Like we didn't even know it was there. But she also was allowing herself to be distracted by the cats. And there was a couple of zoomies. Honestly, there was a cat named Ice Cream that sat on the stool for everybody's set. And I was like, a punchline would go okay. And I was like, Ice Cream loved it. Oh, you're asleep. Okay. Yeah, but I think the distraction was like welcoming, and you knew that's what you were getting into. But I thought the audience was decent. And then again, I'm staring at a front row of cats, which is truly a dream. But the reason I bring all of this up is I was getting ready to leave. I'm putting on my coat. I'm saying bye to all the kittens, and behind like the counter is a giant TV, and it has cat TV on. Do you know what cat TV is?
Is it all cats all the time?
No, it's the opposite. It's like a 24-hour stream of like squirrels, birds, mice. It's basically somebody put up like a streaming cam and they just stream nature and cats stare at it. It's like a window, right? Like on your TV. And I remember using it
like an
for
app?
Huh?
It's like an app?
No, it's like a YouTube video, and it'll say ad free. So it'll play an ad right when you turn it on, but it's a 24-hour streaming, no interruptions of just like birds getting, bird feed and squirrels getting their little nuts or whatever. But I saw it and I was like, oh yeah, I used that when Pasta was really sick and she would just kind of cry at walls, and I would put it on my iPad and she would watch it, and I was like, this is it. So I put it on. They're immediately like to attention. Like Evan was over and he's like clapping his hands trying to get them to, he's like, guys, could not be distracted. They're like, I see birds. So what I've been doing, I feel like it's been 4 days, so who knows if this is going to be forever, but I hope so. So I've been putting it on at night, putting the volume low, and so they have a little bit of sound of birds, they have bird distractions, and then I go in my room, I put on a fan to help with like white noise. Because the other thing is like every time I stir or get up, they're like, Mom's awake. And it's like, dude, I'm peeing. Like, leave me alone. So I think both the noise and then also they have something to like do and watch. Like you get up early in the morning when you stay with me, and if there was no TV, you would also be waking me up. Do you see? Do you see? So they've been really good. I've been sleeping until 9. Do you see how refreshed I look? Look at this.
You're a genius. You finally figured it out. That's awesome.
Yeah. And honestly, it's kind of like sometimes I just keep it on and I'm like on my computer getting work done, and then there's just like birds and squirrels. It's a real camp vibe that I've invited. This is camping. I've invented indoor camping.
That's great. Well done.
Thank you. I feel pretty good about myself.
Yeah. I think that's what puts me to sleep. This has nothing to do with cats, but
no,
why not?
I want to hear it.
I never use this in the States. Like these hot water bottles where it's like a rubber bottle that you fill with hot water?
Dude, it's a European thing because I had au pairs when I was really young because my mom had like 90 kids. And there was this au pair from Sweden, Louise, you met Louise.
Yeah.
So Louise was, I think, the first one that would bring this hot water bottle and she would keep it when she was cold. But I also think, you sometimes see women use it when like, they have period cramps and stuff. But like, that's when I saw it, and I don't feel like we use it that much here.
I never used it. I never knew what they were until I came over here. I bought one recently, and I use it at Johnny's, but it's like every time I'll hold this like hot thing against me, and I'm out. I just heat puts me to sleep. Like I have this like heated blanket. Like my housemate makes fun of me because it's so old. She's like, you're like a grandma. I'm like, I don't care. It's so great. But yeah, I watch TV with like any kind of heat and I fall asleep immediately. So
I wonder if it's, I mean, I have to tell you an embarrassing story. I have to tell everybody an embarrassing story. I told it to my older sister and she like laughed too hard because it did like it was, but regardless, so they say something about like cuddling or being like close to somebody puts people asleep because it's like comforting. So I wonder if it's like tricking your body into comfort. Like
that's why Johnny doesn't like, he can't stand. He's like, don't go to bed with it. I hate it. I don't know like what his association with hot water bottles are, but he's like, it can't come into the bed with us.
Also, like, I feel like men are just so much, like, Evan cuddled me this morning, and I literally, all of a sudden, I went from being cold to being too hot. Like, they also are just, like, space heaters of people.
Yeah. Yeah. I called Johnny, like, human blankie once. He was like, Johnny.
He was like, absolutely not.
Name's Johnny.
Yeah. Please do not. Okay. So this involves you, and I feel... Okay, so I joined a new gym, and my last 2 gyms have done this. I hate it, but it's like, whatever. But they ask you to introduce yourself, and then they have a question of the day, right? And this is like before going to the gym, and it's like everything about doing a class. Like, I'm glad my first gym didn't do this because there's no way I would have gotten to CrossFit if I knew there was going to be this. But, there's a performance aspect, and I get all stressed out about these questions. But they're usually, like, simple. Like if you could, one was like, if you could be any, were animal, not just a werewolf, any were animal, what would you be? And it's like, I'm going to be a were tiger, obviously. But they're like, there's something very silly, but,
Sorry. I'm lost. You joined a new gym and you're answering these questions for what?
Exactly. It's just like a cute little thing to start off the class. You introduce yourself so the coach knows your name, so they can be like, "Great job, Liz," or your butt is gotta be down when you do your deadlifts, like whatever.
No, you gotta earn the coach knowing your name by going to class a lot, and then they just remember your name because they see you all the time. That's how you. Yeah,
I respect that. I really do. Yeah. There's also like a little boo-boo thing.
You do.
I do. I don't want this. I don't want. You'll see why I really don't want this.
Okay.
But the question, you can't just. Like yesterday was like, what's your favorite pizza topping? Like it's that level of simple, right? Mm-hmm. But of course I went in and I was like, please don't yell at me. It's pineapple. Like I don't need this fight, right? Stop.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this. I'm not. Right. Put your eyes away. But anyway. The coach, so it was a big circle. It was probably like 20 people, and the coach is in the middle, and her back is to me because I'm closest, like, to the front of the room. And I thought the question was, what's your favorite warm memory? It was like a really cold day a couple of weeks ago. Okay? And I swear to God, they never start with me. It's always the other side and I'm the last person, which is like perfect. I'm like writing. I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm like, this is my morning journal. Like, oh my God. And she starts with me and I go, oh, my best friend lives in London. She has this heat topper to her bed and it's amazing. And I just remember it was like a cold, rainy day and we're just sitting in her bed on this like heated top thing, and it was, I don't know, it's just like one of my favorite memories. Oh. And she goes, did you guys drink anything? And I was like, I'm sure we had coffee. And she goes, that was a weird answer. And I go, what was the question? And she goes, what's your favorite warm beverage? And I swear to God, I'm not exaggerating when I say this. Then everybody else goes, she goes, I love the story though. Like she was very nice about it. And then I swear to God, everybody was like, hot toddy, coffee, hot chocolate, it was like rapid fire. So I tell like a story of love about a bed.
Hilarious. The same thing happened to me. It wasn't quite as bad. That's so funny. And I'm honored that I'm
Thank you. Thank you. It's one of my favorite warm memories.
That makes me so happy. But I was doing this sitcom reading in a writer's group I'd never been to before. And my co-writer was not there yet. But she was the one who got us into this group. I'd never been. And they're like, tell us a little about yourself and then start with Maria. And I was like, oh, okay. And we were reading my sitcom. So I was like, oh, I'm Maria Shahada. I co-wrote Gemini books with Lottie Field. She's not here right now, but we wrote it. We started writing it, blah, 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 blah. And like she got into the occult over lockdown and got into the community of it. And we felt it would be a fun atmosphere for blah, blah, blah. And I went into this long history of like where the sitcom like generated, or the idea generated, and like what it is and all that. And then he was like, great, thank you. And the next person was like, Sarah, writer. And the next person was like, Molly, comedian. And the next person was, they're just supposed to say your name in like one thing.
Oh, God. It's like so unfair because you're like, if I knew the rules, if I heard the question, I would have said hot chocolate. I would have said hot chocolate.
I had gone on and I was like, is that good? And he was like, yeah, thanks. And then just, all right.
Dude, you know I'm new. Don't start with me.
Right? Hot chocolate's your favorite warm beverage?
Mochas or hot chocolate. Like if it's like, cause it was like that day, that whole week was like, I think it was like 7 degrees, but it felt like -3. It was like that kind of reading.
Yeah.
It was really bad. Oh, and then I couldn't let it go, by the way. Like it was the like, I went off coffee to help with my anxiety, and it really is helping. And it helped with my brain fog. Dude, I feel so much better. It's been like a month and a half. I'm off coffee. I literally, like, my brain just feels so much better. I'm sure also sleeping helps. But I was sleeping before that. But regardless, you know, my anxiety isn't like and like building and up and like freaking out. But I still have anxiety. So when that happened a couple of weeks ago, I was like, oh my God, my brain is so clear to just think about this for 3 days. Like, I legit could not let it go. I was like, it was just such like middle school embarrassment. And I was like, this doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I just couldn't. I don't know, dude. I could not let it go. I just was not busy enough to have had that happen that week.
Yeah. Well, you were like, well, she is my cup of tea.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do, now that I'm like talking about it, I do feel so much better. Like I eventually want to have coffee, but I just can't have it to the level I was having it. It was messing with
I should try it, but it's just so ingrained in my day. There's just like, I get up, I make me and Johnny coffee. That's gotta happen. I can't not have that happen. And then there's like coffees throughout the day I could get rid of, you know, like my 7th.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I get back to Johnny's after a show, make a cup of coffee. It's got to happen.
You are my mom. Like legit, a night coffee. You're the only other person other than my mom that I know has a night coffee.
I know. Look, me and Terry get along so well.
You really do. It actually,
we were both up at like 5 a.m. without you. And like we went to Starbucks and just sat there and like
5 a.m. getting coffee. And then you like asked how my mom was. And then she told you the truth. And I was like, damn.
You only get the truth at 6 a.m. After 7, it's over.
But I don't think it's just that. But it was just like, you know, she's like, I know Maria. You know, I know Maria.
We're the same person.
She could ask. Yeah, this is how I'm feeling. No, it is interesting because I've always talked about this. You make mom friends and you make dad friends. And like, it took me a while to realize who was who, but like, you're definitely a mom friend. Like, I don't know. Dude, the weirdest numbers. This is
what?
This guy named Wirt WERT. You're not a real person.
What are you talking about?
I'm getting a phone call from a guy named Wirt.
Oh, I see. When you
I don't
said
get
the weirdest numbers, I was picturing like a defensive 7. I'm not weird.
yeah, I'm getting the weirdest. I'm
talking-
sensing like a 38. I don't know.
Worked? Yeah.
I've just been getting, there was a period where I got no spam calls. And then the last week just starting to get
Well,
calls.
I put myself on the do not call list and it's mostly worked, but there are these real estate people who keep calling and asking for relatives of mine, but not me.
Yes, I get those as text messages.
Oh, well, they're calling me, and they're calling me at like 2:30 in the morning because they're in like Cleveland or whatever. And they're like, "Are you the owner of property so and so?" And I'm like, "No." They're like, "Are they there?" I was like, "No." And then, "Do you have any properties that you want to sell?" What the fuck? Stop calling me.
Yeah, I mean, I assume those are all like general spam though, because like I would get it, like, it would be my mom's name, it would be my sister's name, and sometimes the property was correct. Like it was my parents' old house that they sold 4 years ago, 5 years ago. But sometimes it would be their name and a property I know my parents never lived at. You know what I mean? Like in somewhere, Pennsylvania. And I'm like, I know they didn't live there.
Yeah.
So it's super weird. And then sometimes
Maybe a relative did, but I'm just like thinking about how all the phone numbers are connected to all your relatives and all the addresses and stuff. I don't know, but what's the point of putting yourself on a do not call list if you keep getting called?
you know what also might have helped is I've done that delete me thing where it like
The
erases.
thing that I told you about?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Is that like I've been getting less since I've done that, and that
Right.
also helps because it scrubs my internet. Interesting.
Yeah. Do you want to? Should we get into
Get into it.
announcements?
Yeah. This comes out next week. So I will be in Charlotte, North Carolina, this weekend, and then Miami as well. And then yeah, I think that's it for a bit. And then I have stuff in like New Orleans and other places. I just booked Philadelphia in April. I booked San Diego, Los Angeles, Salt Lake City. Everything is at lizmealy.com. I think I'm still waiting on tickets for Philly and San Diego, but it's up there. lizmealy.com. Excuse me.
Yeah, mariashahada.com, because I can't remember. Follow us. Instagram at 2nondoctors. It's the number 2 non-DRS. And then everything else is the number 2 non-full word doctors. And that's our Gmail also, 2nondoctors at gmail.com. Write to us.
Yeah.
Thanks to our patrons. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And the tips, people are leaving us tips on YouTube. That's really cool. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You want to do googly googs?
Yeah, can I go first? Mine's dumb.
Sure.
I just Googled why do they call Charlie horse a Charlie horse?
Okay.
And the answer was unfun. But because I keep getting cramps in my like pelvis area. I don't know. It's not uterus. It's sort of just like lower there. And I'll just get cramps and they'll hurt. And I was trying to explain it to Johnny. And he was I was like, it's like a Charlie horse, but instead of your foot, it's your this area. And he was like, why do they call it Charlie horse? And I was like, I don't know. It's not really the point of. I was in a lot of pain, so I was like,
yeah. I was like, I might have to go to the hospital. Yet somehow I'm googling.
These pains happen every once in a while. Remember when I told you like once it lasted for like 45 minutes and I couldn't move? And you're like, you should get that checked out. Then I did, and they were like, you're fine. Just take these pills if it happens. And then, obviously didn't have them on me. A Charlie horse is a term used to describe. By the way, he was like, is it specific to your foot? And I was like, yeah, but I was wrong. It's not. A Charlie horse, huh?
100% assumed it was specific to like your foot or your calf. I would get them in my calves.
Yeah. Well, let me read this. A Charlie horse is a term used to describe a muscle cramp, and it is believed to originate from the 1880s when baseball players would refer to a painful leg cramp as a charley horse after a lame horse named Charlie that was used to help with the groundskeeping at the Chicago White Sox ballpark. Essentially, the limping motion of the horse was compared to the way someone would walk with a bad leg cramp. And there was another one where there was a baseball player. It's funny because I Googled that this morning and it was kind of a different answer than what this one is. There was another player named Charlie something that would get leg cramps all the time. And so they called it a charley horse. That was the other. Oh, Charlie Old Hoss Redburn. We don't do middle names in quotes as much anymore, and I think we should.
Well, I wouldn't think it's a middle name. It's like a nickname, right? If it's in quotation.
Oh, it's a nickname. I mean, yeah. What would mine be? Like Maria Allergy Pill Shahada.
I was thinking Maria, don't chew gum Shahada.
Don't chew gum Shahada, yeah. Yeah. Liz can think not on coffee mealy. We'll work on it.
Yeah, no. This is a workshop. We're workshopping.
What's an old hoss?
This is a real going down a real rabbit hole.
Yeah, real horse hole.
So to further your Google, I used to get them all the time when I was in college. Like super pain, like wake up in the middle of the night in pain. And I think it has something to do with magnesium.
Potassium too.
Oh, okay. And like being hydrated too. Like I think it has something to do with dehydration as well as like low.
Maybe it's my night coffees.
Maybe, young lady. But I don't know.
So smug right there. Did you stop drinking coffee?
As a superior being.
Your face. You were like, maybe so. Maybe so.
Maybe you should think about it.
The I make are for the better good.
As someone for a month and a half who has really seen the light.
Yeah.
As my new
You're so smug. I hate it.
I'm born again.
Oh. I've like figured out.
Dude, I'll be back on coffee in like 2 weeks. My goal is when I do go back on it, it's like sparingly. But I'm super into matcha to the point where I went to go get matcha with my friend Nitika, and I did not realize that when she was like, "Oh, there's this really cool matcha place by me, we should go." She had never had it before, so now I'm like, I have to like help us decide what we're gonna have because I'm just like, oh no, I'm the connoisseur.
What did she think of matcha?
So we ended up getting something that was like more green tea latte adjacent because it was like this kind of it's that green tea that we like that starts with a G, the
Gemma.
Yeah, Gemma chai. So it was this roasted green tea that they made into like an oat latte, and it was definitely like a different vibe than matcha. It was amazing though, and so we had that.
I don't think I've had the pleasure of seeing somebody drink matcha for the first time. I have had the pleasure of seeing somebody drink bubble tea for the first time with the bubbles. And that's great. My friend Mark, watched him take a sip of the bubble, and he started chewing it, and he was like he just hated it so much. It's such an acquired taste.
Yeah, my mom hates it. I mean, I think I've experienced that like 4 or 5 times, and it really could be its own show. Like just giving someone bubble tea for the first time as they're like, because even I didn't love it the first time. I was like, is there gummy bears in here? Like, what is this? I hated it.
And then it's like 1 chew and you're like, this is disgusting. 2 chews, you're like, I need more.
Dude, I remember not really loving it the first time, but thinking about it for a week. And it was when Em still lived in New York. So I was like, you want to get it again? She's like, I thought you didn't like it. I was like, I don't know yet. Okay. And now it's my personality. I would be Liz Bubble Tea Mealy. Like, it really is.
Okay. I like that.
I could be in it. Okay, my Google is a journey. So, 5 days ago, I don't know how many days ago, the cats were not being good. I let them in. I'm in bed. I'm just like too tired. I'm not ready. I didn't even put on my glasses. I'm just like in bed, truly doing nothing. Just like maybe they'll let me sleep. And Ghost stepped on my eyeball. Like legit stepped on my eyeball, and it hurt so much. I was like, God damn it, Ghost! I was like, I'm awake now, and I was Jesus. Didn't think anything of it, and then we went to Evan's parents, and we're watching a TV show, and everything gets blurry in my left eye. And I haven't been feeling good. I've been sick for a couple of days. I was like super PMSy. Like everything was just like coming at once. I just felt like shit. And so I was like, hey, I think I'm out. I think I'm going to go to bed. So I go to the bathroom and I take out my contact and like TMI, so much goop. Like there's like just goop. Like goop in my, that's how my eye was getting blurry because it was like covered in goop. And I was like, oh no, not a little goop. Not like when you wake up in the morning and you have like a little bit in the corner of your eye.
Sorry,
like
so gross.
a disconcerting amount of goop. And I was like, oh no. So now I'm like getting ready for bed and I'm like, do I have pink eye? Like, did he give me, you know what I mean? Did he cut my eye and like this is an infection? Do I have pink eye? So I'm like freaking out. Evan gets into bed maybe like an hour later. I was like, either my eye's exploding or I have pink eye. And he's like, what? I was like, there's so much goop. He's like, please stop talking about your goop. He's looking at my eye. He goes, my mom was a nurse. How about we have my mom look? But like, there's nothing else. It's just like my eye, it's not itchy, whatever. The next morning there's a little bit, but it's like fine. His mom looks at it. She's like, you do not have pink eye. Cause I was like, oh my God, I was just around all these people. What if I have pink eye? And then also like, I'm an adult with pink eye and I have to be like, no, my cat, he stepped in my eye. Like I know how to wipe. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're just like, it's like a little kid thing. So anyway, I don't have pink eye, but I was like freaking out trying to figure out like, why do I have goop in my eye? So, and so I Googled slime on eye. That's it. Just slime on eye. Like, like, when you're in a panic.
Your name. Liz Slime on Eye Mealy.
Liz Slime on Eye. I just love a Google when you're like just in panic mode and you can't think like full things. So eye discharge, also known as eye boogers or eye gunk, is a combination of mucus, oil, skin cells, and other debris that collects in the corner of your eye. It's normal to have a small amount of discharge in the morning, but excessive or unusual discharge can be a sign of infection, allergies, or other health conditions. And then then I started to like really dig in. Why do I have a slimy film in my eye? During the night, eye gunk can build up at the edges of your eye because you weren't blinking. This is normal, but you might have excessive or unusual. But if you might have excessive or unusual eye discharge, if your eye is irritated or inflamed, it could be a sign of infection, allergies, dry eye, other things. So my first thought was like he, with his little paw or something, scratched my eye. But I didn't see, like it wasn't, nothing else was red or weird or whatever. And then it was fine the next day. And then, the sign of like whatever. But there was a good like 12 hours where I was like, Ghost was adopted. I gave everybody pink eye. I don't know. But it was fine. It was like, the next day, like I said, it was a little bit better. And then it was nothing else. I do wonder if Ghost irritated it by stepping inside my eyeball.
I would say he did.
Just,
I don't know why else you would just randomly have gunk.
It was so much. It was like, I've never experienced that. It was so much.
Oh, that's so gross. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, sorry to everybody listening. It was whatever amount seems disconcerting. That's how much was in my eye. People voluntarily listen to us.
I don't know why.
I'm just thinking of all the people that left us comments that were like, my favorite part of my Tuesday. You guys are a joy. And I could just see like this week is like, delete, unsubscribe. I take back everything I said.
We gave you money for the last time to fix yourselves.
Yeah. Somebody's just like, this tip is specifically to go to the eye doctor. We appreciate you guys. I think... Just a heads up, I think we'll record next week, but then the following week I'm on a cruise and I do not for work. And I don't think I'll be able to do it. So we might have like a week off, not next week, but the following week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's still a couple more weeks of us and our crusty ass eyes.
Yeah. Liz, crusty ass eye Mealy. Signing off.
Concerning amount of goop mealy.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks,
Bye,
guys. Bye.